Hey, how's it going? Been so long since we last chatted. I remember we had such a crazy long conversation the last time, into the wee hours of the night. But we are adults and we are isolating, so what else are we gonna do? So, how's life in the time of COVID? Yeah, that sounds about right. I don't really have much to say either, but feeling kind of desperate to talk to someone. Anyone, you know? I even tried talking to myself in the mirror yesterday. Had a whole conversation about, like, me. And it was weird. And slightly adversarial. At first it was kind of cool, but like, when your mind is not accountable to another perspective, it's really hard to come up with anything interesting, you know? Because that dude in the mirror is exactly the same as you. You have the same thoughts and look the same. Everything is the same, except the only difference is you can see him and he can see you. So you are two different people because you can see each other, but at the same time, you're the same, but you're also not. And that, like what I'm saying right now, that confusing stuff I just said, that's what you end up having a conversation about. Are you you? Am I me? How can I know if you are me or not? It's crazy, right? So then you just get mad at not being able to progress the conversation. You think, what's wrong with this guy? I've been testing my vocals. I'm no Eddie Vedder, but I think I'm getting better. Let me know what you think. I made a song, in these dark times when you're feeling down. I don't know, just try to imagine acoustic chords strumming in the background while I sing. All right, here goes. Tomorrow will come, tomorrow will come rising the sun. To you I will run. Tomorrow will come, tomorrow will come rising the sun. To you I will run. To me happiness, cry for delight. The darkness has faded, now here comes the light. The rain rolls away, life is now better. Anyway, I just want to get out and live normally again. Being stuck inside, isolating, like, what are we accomplishing? We aren't accomplishing anything. All we are doing is just avoiding the sickness, right? Just don't get sick. That's all we do. And that's not living. But, okay, think about this. I already went through this in the mirror yesterday. So, if we go outside, we might get sick. But if we stay inside, we stay healthy. But if the opposite of living is dying, and if we are not living because we are just isolating all the time, then that means isolation is a sickness, right? Because isolation is holding us back from living. And if it's doing that, then that means we are dying because we are not living. So whether we isolate or not. One thing I've learned in this isolation is that it's probably not a good idea to focus on yourself too much, because then your world gets too small. You don't see the things beyond yourself. You start to lose touch with people who depend on you and the people you depend on. You may even start to lose your grip on reality.
It's kind of like that Nietzsche quote: if you gaze for long into an abyss, the abyss gazes also into you. You get so wrapped up or tied up within your own mind, you don't even see or acknowledge people living around you, even your loved ones. Worse yet, your mind begins to shape its own reality. You become paranoid or suspicious of things. Your patterns of behavior change. Then combine that with a lack of sleep, poor nutrition, lack of exercise, etc., and things start to get very weird. You may even start to hallucinate. It becomes a situation where not only are you not able to notice things that are there, you may also begin to see things that aren't.
What a strange time we're living in. Like, you have all these dogs and pets at home, and they must be just loving it, right? Like, no better time in history, because their owners are home all the time. People isolating, they're just always around. I mean, well, I guess maybe it's not so great if, like, they're never getting outside. I mean, dogs love going outside, so that's not so good. But we can't go outside because it's just too dangerous. We can't leave the house. We gotta just stay inside, keep doing what we're doing. So my mom's friend is a doctor, and she told me all we need to do to beat this thing is to just hole up for 4 weeks and we would be done with it. But like, everyone literally holes up. So no one leaving the house or any contact with anyone or anything at all outside your house for 4 weeks. Just everyone gets enough food for 4 weeks, locks themselves in, and that's it. And that got me thinking, because lots of people just can't do that for some reason. They gotta get out and touch each other, touch things, share their germs, bacteria with others and stuff, or they go crazy. I don't get it, but that's the way it is, right? That's the society we live in. So what we need to do is to hibernate. Human hibernation. That's it. That's the answer. Everyone takes a hibernation pill or hibernation elixir or whatever, and they're sleeping for 4 weeks, and then they don't get bored or sad or lonely or need to touch anyone or anything else, because they're just sleeping right through it all. When it's over, the virus is done and life goes back to normal. But like, I know it's not that simple, right? Because like, how do you get the body to hibernate? I don't know. My mom said it can't be done, but we need something, right? We need to try something. Because isolation is driving people crazy. I don't know. Maybe people could like stock their homes with alcohol and just drink their way through to like, I don't know. That's a lot of drinking. Like for 4 weeks, that I don't know if anyone can do that safely. But I mean, if that's the only way to get through it straight with like keeping your sanity, maybe that's the best way. I mean, it's better than being out in the street mixing with people, right? Especially now. Like, have you seen the weirdos out there these days? Everyone is so sick of isolation, so you just see people wandering around, looking to engage with each other. They don't let on like they're desperate, and most of them probably don't even know it themselves, but they're out there just looking for any reason to engage with anyone. So you can't give them a reason to engage, or they'll be on you. Don't even give them eye contact. Such a natural thing to do, right? But it's a fatal mistake, because if you look and they look back, you're engaged with them. Now they have something to do with you, because you're both looking at each other. In a way, you can't blame them because they're desperate, right? You know, you feel bad for them kind of, but ultimately it's not worth engaging them because you probably don't want to
talk about the same things or do the same things. You don't need to do what they want to do or talk about what they want to talk about. Why would they assume you want to talk about what they want to talk about? They could want to talk about anything without your consent or interest, and that's not fair to you. And when does it end? Just going on and on about whatever engaging you in conversation forever and ever and talking about whatever, I don't know. Anyway, man, chatting with you is great as always. Remember, don't go out if you can figure out how to hibernate. Let me know so I can do it too. Let's get this thing over with as soon as possible. All right, later, man.